Talented Ones Radio, hashtag TO Radio, hashtag TO Media, hashtag too many hashtags, keep hashtagging it out. And we're back, man, J Shep. And today, y'all already know we on the cameras, man, and y'all know how I feel about music, man. Y'all know how I feel about artists. Y'all know how I feel about vibes. You know, I come up with my own word, music mentation is what I would call it right here. And today, we have what I call a vibe, man. We have artists that are here today that I feel like when y'all hear his music, I wouldn't even have to say much to it, man. JonoJono, how you doing today?
Doing good, man. How you doing, Jay?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm blessed. I'm chilling out here, but enough about me, man. Let's let's get into this, man. For my fans that don't know about you, tell the people where you from, man.
Well, I was born in Florida. I've been in Houston most of my life, so I guess I can say I'm a Houstonian for sure.
For sure, man. For sure, man. And I was curious though, cause I was listening to your music, and I was like, I wonder when did he start? Like, when did his music journey start? So when did the music start for you?
Man, it's actually kind of goes back pretty far because I mean I went to the Church Without Walls, with Pastor Ralph Douglas West, and I was like doing a lot of music ministry back when I was younger, around like when I was 6 years old, and I've been singing as long as I can remember. I mean, so I started singing then, and I did like piano, classical training piano around when I was like 8 years old, and then went to like guitar. Once I got exposed to like punk and like heavy metal and thrash music and stuff like that, like in like middle school when I was like 12, 13. And here I'm 27 now, but that's like a backstory from everything. Fast forward when I get to college, after I had to move out of my people's house and whatnot. I started producing my own music. That was like around like 2011, 2012. And I started producing my own stuff. But I didn't really have like no computers, like no DOS to my access at the time.
Right.
So all I had was my iPhone. And it was convenient enough that it had a GarageBand app on there. So I was like, okay, well, I got my guitars with me. I got, these melodies in my head. I have a lot of riffs and a lot of, things, ideas that I want to put out.
Right.
And so I was like, okay, well, let me try to make this work. And so I ended up buying myself a iRig hookup. And basically, you can connect that to your phone and then connect your guitars and any other guitars that, are good with it. And so I started recording a lot of loops on my GarageBand. And soon after that, I was catching myself working on my first project, that got released in like 2017. So it was like a whole span of like, sound renovation at the time. So I think when I started branding myself as an artist, I think it was probably like, it was 2017. That's when I was really like, it was the beginning of that year. Yeah, it was the beginning of that year. And I just was like, you know what, let me just take my life back. Like, you know what I mean? And then I wrote a song called Life. And I put that out, and the rest is history.
Hey man, that's dope. You gotta just explain to everybody the story. Definitely an ongoing story, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I think the thing that I noticed about your music, man, I went back to listen to the first project the other day.
Oh yeah, right. I said work. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely, man, like I said, like even off air, right? I said before I come here and talk to you, and like, will we even have a conversation? I gotta know what I'm talking about.
Of course.
At least I gotta know what I'm talking about.
I appreciate that.
Cause I know we got the new stuff, but I do want to say this right now. Senses, right?
Yeah.
Senses was my joint, man. I was on YouTube. Senses is my joint, and I kind of want to talk about this right now because it's kind of prevalent to what's going on in this country.
Yeah.
Music video.
Yeah.
Music video is very controversial. It's real for me and you.
Right.
That's like art. That's a reality for us.
Right.
It's so funny how you make that video in 2018 and it's 2020 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's still prevalent. How do you feel about everything that's going on right now, man?
Good question, man. It's I'm not gonna lie. It's very draining. Just as far as just the climate is just dealing with like COVID, dealing with people, just getting killed for no reason. Our brothers and sisters literally they're losing their lives just because they breathe wrong or they driving to the wrong direction or, it really doesn't even matter. Honestly, it really doesn't matter. And honestly, that was a key point, especially when I was writing sentences as well too, you know. And yeah, I mean, even back in 2018, I was seeing that stuff, seeing that action, and I pulled from those places, and I started to just write. I just kept on writing. even based off of like my day, based off of just being a millennial black man, I was just kind of pulling those experiences from there. And when it came to the visual, um, we really wanted to hit what was actually the issue. You know what I'm saying? We really wanted to hit on the issue, and we wanted to really turn the tables. And when people saw me getting like I was on the stick up from the cops or whatever, they were expecting I was gonna be the one to get shot. But in reality, it was actually the girl who was just trying to rectify the situation by talking to the officers, and they thought that she was some kind of threat, and then they ended up killing her instead.
Right.
And that's something that's very common, and that's really sad for me to even say that so freely because it's true.
Right.
And so, yeah, I mean that was definitely the mood that we wanted to bring forth with that visual, and just tell the truth and show the truth.
Man, I think what I thought from it, I'm gonna try to make it lighter now. You know what I'm saying? Because we here to talk about happiness. We talking about
Yeah.
music. You know,
It's facts though, but
it's facts. It needs to be talked about. You know what I'm saying? Especially off of what just happened, the verdict. But I had to just throw that out there.
Yeah,
I
shout
made
out
that
to Breonna.
connect. Yeah, shout out to Breonna Taylor, man. Rest in peace. Rest in
Yeah,
power.
rest in peace, rest in power for real.
Yeah, and so what I really did though was like from that video, from that just that message. But I noticed something though. You can know something from your music. You're very hands on. You're very tactical.
Yeah.
And I peeped that with your music, from the video, cinematography, from everything. What is your creative process like when you're in the studio?
Man, it's like all different flavors based off of each and every song. I mean, when it came down to Senses, I would say it was actually a collaboration between me and Jazz LeVar. Actually, he was just here yesterday. He just left out and went back home, but it was a collaboration. He's a guitarist as well too. And we were just bouncing off of each other's ideas. He was playing a riff, I played a riff, he played a riff, I played a riff, and then I just started writing in the process of the renovation of the actual instrumental. And there we go. But for the song that I have out now, when it came out to Little B, it was like it was instrumental.
Hard, by the way.
I appreciate that.
Hard.
I appreciate that. That was a collaboration between me and Rare Bear, actually. He's worked with a lot of really dope artists as well too, and he's also a guitarist as well. Really, really dope. Really, really dope. And it was just like the feel, the vibe, that lush feeling, that lush vibe, lo-fi kind of feel that really, really drew me. And I kept on hearing this dun, 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 dun. I kept hearing that as I was listening to that feel, that vibe. And it's kind of funny when it came to Little B. It's funny how that song actually got written, because that it was actually a pretty rough day that day, and I went outside just to kind of breathe, because sometimes when you be having like those days, everybody has those days, you have to get some fresh air, you have to go outside, or you're
Take
chilling
a
on
walk.
take a walk, like it's just random stuff, you know what I mean. And so that day, like, I ended up I went outside, I was just chilling for a little bit. It was really, really hot outside, it was some good weather, and I looked down and I saw this bee on the ground, and it was just walking on the ground literally, and I was like, okay, I've never seen that before. Normally it's flying in my face trying to sting me, and I'm running. And literally this bee was like literally just chilling, just walking on the ground. I was like, I've never seen it. So I, after staring at it for a couple of minutes, I kind of looked closer, and I was like, dang, this bee only got one wing. I was like, dang, that's crazy. And from there, I was like, I kind of feel what this bee is kind of dealing with, because God gave this bee a calling. You know what I mean? It's meant to fly, and it's meant to pollinate. It's meant to be with its other bees and be at its hive. Doing its regular things. But this bee in particular is having to survive through, all of, the climate, everything, like, and having to walk on the ground, which is pretty much dangerous for it. So from there, I was like, I can connect that with other people's lives, whether they're having a particular calling in life, like say if you have like a track star or something like that,
Right.
and something happens in their family or whatever, and they have to put that to the side in order to take care of that. Or say if you got I don't know, a family or something like that, and you have to work, but something happened to that person, or maybe like they got hurt or something like that, and then they basically are unable to tend to that You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like a bunch of scenarios where people can like relate to that spirit of that beat.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of just was I wrote from that perspective. But yeah,
That's it's a dope perspective. To kind of like you got to keep going, even if something happens.
basically,
And
it's like I literally was writing from a perspective of like what you're saying. Like I really wanted people to understand that you can be like this. You literally can be like this B, and you can literally still be able to make it through. You can still be able to like
it's a little
overcome
double
that.
entendre on words. You can be like this. Beat.
Yeah, basically.
Got you. That's a dope thing, man. I think that's like a motivating thing, especially with you dropping that song right now. That, by the way, that's his latest single out right
Yes,
now.
sir.
Make sure y'all go listen to that.
All platforms.
All platforms. That's a crazy thing because right now we like I said, we're in a time where like people need motivation like that keep going. It's like life happened, COVID happened, right?
Right.
I'm gonna tell you a story about myself, a little quick one. I ain't gonna get too long winded on it.
I'm listening.
But South by Southwest and Mason, our god brother right here on the camera, can attest for this. We were set up to go to South by Southwest. I'm talking about big production team. I got the Airbnb already ready. I was talking about we was about to look like bad boy street team in Austin. T-shirts down. I'm talking about I had cameras. We was going crazy. I'm trying to network. I had talked to some people in the city that was going out there. COVID happened. I lost half my money.
Yeah.
Couldn't get all my money back.
Yeah.
Disappointed, right? And I was supposed to be. I made so many connections. I was trying to throw an event there, but you know what? You got to keep pushing.
Right.
Can't be sad. You know what I'm saying? You gotta
Right.
keep going and keep going.
Right.
And just like the little B, right? I love how segues work. Just like the little B had a journey.
Right.
He has a journey, and every time I have a guest on Talented Ones, man, I have to ask him about this. You know, right now with your music, man, I see it going up. I see the views. Like I said, obviously I wouldn't know about stream analytics. That's your business and how that's going. But I'm listening. I'm tapping in now. You're in my playlist.
Right.
So I'm contributing.
Respect.
To that. So with that, man, with your journey from your life story, man, which one do you think is more important to you? Is it your journey that you're on right now, or is it a goal or a destination that you're trying to get to?
I mean, in my opinion, like as a creative, like, I mean, it would be cliche to say that, oh, I have a place to be. I have a destination to be. Like that destination is an ever changing thing. You know what I mean? Especially as a creative, like you always want to see, you always want to explore more and more and more about like yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't believe that there's such thing as a destination if you're trying, if you are a creative. I feel like the journey is a little more important because it's like the experimentation part. It's learning more about yourself part. It's the like I don't even know. It's like I mean people.
It's like an energy.
Yeah, it's like an energy. It's like a vibe. It's like a progressive kind of feel. Like you can't be like, oh well, in 5 years I want to be able to have like a big house and a big car, like like a Lambo or some shit like that. I mean, because God has His own plan. Like you know what I mean. So He has a path for you.
Yeah.
Like you can't just be like, oh well, this is what I'm gonna do. You can definitely push yourself to go there, but that journey is ever changing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that destination is also ever changing. So
That's true. No, I'm about to say, keep going.
oh, no, I was just basically just saying in a nutshell that, it's just I feel like you should be able to just lay down a have a particular goal, but not necessarily say, oh, I'm gonna do this in particular. Just focus on your journey the most. So I would say the journey.
I like that, man. Like I said, I love hearing the answers from that, man. I definitely do. That's dope, man. That's dope. I was gonna say in a music term, I feel like life is kind of like a crescendo.
Yeah, I
Like
agree.
a crescendo.
It's continuously expanding. Like you know what I mean?
Gonna keep going up.
Yeah.
If you're putting the right stuff out there,
Correct.
it's gonna keep going up. And then, like you said something that's real important that a lot of people don't understand. It's not on our time, and it's on God's time.
Yep.
So
Sure is.
whenever stuff is supposed to pop, it's supposed to
pops.
pop. Man, and I think like with you got a good energy about yourself, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Like I said, I love the music, I love the energy, and I think you just low key like in this conversation, you've dropped some jewels to these people. So whoever watched it, our subscribers, which I'm gonna plug myself in at the end because I know I got to plug. Yeah, I think you just gave them some good, gems, man, and I appreciate you coming out here. Please let people know where to find you on social media,
Oh yeah,
all
yeah.
that, man.
For sure, sure. Definitely find me on JonoJono _ official. That's my Instagram. That's like my main platform.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, just recently hit 10K, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
really, really
Shout out.
lit about that. So shout out to all my new followers. Shout out to all my new people who is just now like experiencing me and like saying what's up. Make sure y'all reach out. I'll reach back. I'll follow you back. You know what I mean? And I'm on all other platforms, but mainly Instagram. So
There he goes. He plugs himself, and y'all know I be struggling with these plugs sometimes, but we're gonna get it together. So right here, look at this. Look at my eyes. Look at my eyes right here. Follow on Twitter and on IG at King_J_Shep. I do follow back sometimes. It depends how I feel that day. Make sure to follow back. Make sure to follow. See, I'm already messing up. At talented_ones on Twitter and at _talented_ones on IG. Make sure y'all follow, subscribe. We need all those. We got a lot of stuff coming. We have these talented ones masks right here. We got these. We got them in
I'll be one of
black. We
those.
got them in red. See, Jono, he already approved.
I want one.
See, there, and I got him in the backpack over there. So we're gonna hook you up with one. So for sure, man, make sure y'all keep subscribing, following the journey up here, and make sure y'all keep following and subscribing to his journey over there. JonoJono, man, I appreciate you coming on Talented Ones, man. Keep
Appreciate
going
it.
up, keep going crazy. This is
Appreciate you having
Talented
me.
Ones Media. You already know what's going on, J Shep. We out.